So there's the second floor finished, or first floor I should say. Wrap is on now. Fared a bit better with this than I did with that level. It went on a bit easier. Obviously you can see what I've not quite got straight in some corners, however that's not going to matter because it's going to be covered. Next thing to do is I'm going to build a door to go across here. I'm going to use this hinge. I know you're thinking that's probably overkill as a hinge for a door, but it's one I had lying around from a previous job I didn't need, so it doesn't cost me anything. So I'm going to stick this on probably that side, so that the door opens out this way. Get it in place, and I'm going to make probably, I'm not sure what material to use for the doors yet, so I'm going to have a look around and see what I've got. My first attempt at making a door, this is what I've come up with. I've got a piece of hardboard that I found in a shed, and I've cut it down to the right size. I've got quite a bit left over, so this is probably what I'm going to use to make the rest of the structure. So I'm hoping that I can make a door out of this stuff, and we're already getting to the point there where they've got a nice hidey hole underneath. Although I might cover the back structures with this stuff as well now. Right, so I've just test fitted this bracket on here to make sure it goes on there fine, and it's great. Now then, the problem I'm going to have with this door is that it's so thin. Alright, and when I stick that on there, so that's, say that's just leaned against there for a second, the screws that I'm using, even the tiniest screws that I've got of all, are going to stick through from the other side facing out. So the only thing I can think of to counteract this and stop screws sticking out through the door is to have a lump of wood such as this bracing the other side of the bracket, and probably if I do something similar this side then it'll look fairly even. So that's, I think, my main option. But yeah, the other option of course is to cut off the screws or go buy smaller screws, but I don't want to do that really. I'm just using what I've got here. So I think a piece of wood is going to be the order of the day. There we go, fixed the hinges on, and I've done the piece of wood on that side just to keep the screws out of the way. It's very simple, but there we have it. Here's a door. Job done. Right, for the back piece then, I've pre-cut out this piece of boarding, and it's going to just go in behind there. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm going to glue it in place, but then I'm going to cut out castle-y shape bits right along the top edge here. So as you can see, I've cut out the basic shape of the top of a castle structure here. With wood that this is this thin, if you haven't got the right kind of tools to cut into here, a little top tip that I've just made here, you can saw in straight lines obviously. If you've got a coping saw or an electric jigsaw or something, you could just cut in an angle here and get there. But what I've done, rather than getting my working tools out, I've just got a flat-headed screwdriver, and this is thin enough. Put a flat-headed screwdriver along the edges and tap it with a hammer, and then you just come along with the pliers, grip it, and off she comes. Simple as that. There we are, hold in place, and there it is. It's not perfect, but it was never meant to be, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to glue that in place now and leave it to dry overnight. I might clamp it actually on the tops. Leave that to dry overnight, and then it's this bit, that bit, ramp, and I might leave that open. I might just leave it like it is, or I might make some kind of castle front. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so the next piece of this build now then is to make the upright columns here and back there, and then to connect it all together so that we've got the full upright structure of the guinea pig enclosure. In this area I'm going to use something like chicken wire or cross hatch, just to sort of, so that they can see through but they can physically jump out and do a lemming onto the floor. Shouldn't take too long. A quick half-an-hour build. I'm going to build it up about a foot tall, so hopefully it should dissuade them from trying to climb over then, and that section up there will be sealed so they won't be able to come out there either. So I've got those two ends in, and just put that one across there now just to measure it out for size and get the level in the middle. Oh, it's actually in there by pressure at the moment, so I'm debating now whether to glue it in place or do something a bit stronger. I think I probably will screw it down now from an angle from the top there into the piece of wood underneath. So that's the next phase of the build complete then. I've got the complete hatch shape now. I'm going to keep the lid of this section and up there open air so that guinea pigs can breathe. Not that they'll need to have any issues in that area. Didn't quite go to plan the back corner there. I've had to, whereas I've managed to screw in from the side here, I've had to do it from the top back there, obviously for obvious reasons. I'm starting to think whether to use perspex beer now instead of, or some kind of see-through plastic instead of using chicken wire. It might look neater. We'll see what happens there. I'm going to take a look online and see if I can find any. So all that's left to do here now then is this section, the back bit there, which I'm probably going to now that I've built this, I'm going to have to slide it in and behind to get it over there and then glue it into place. The ramp then going down there, and once I've got the ramp in place, then I might put something in this area just across to the ramp, just to sort of make sure that the guinea pigs don't try and jump down it rather than not do that. So I'm going to put something in place there as well. So not long left now, couple more hours work and it'll be finished.